Hi there, my name's Tristan Ogilvy and I don't know anything about racing games, but fortunately I know someone who does. Luke Riley, how you doing?
I'm well.
Specifically, we want to learn a little bit about Dirt 4, which is, well,
Because I want to tell you all about it.
good. You've played it.
I have.
Obviously the sequel to the other Dirt games, but this one's different because it has this awesome new track generator.
It is. I want to talk about it. I really want to make this video because it really is. It's very exciting. It's really a game changer for rally games.
I'm listening.
It's called Your Stage. Basically, you press a button based on a few parameters that you define. You press a button and then bam, you've got a track instantly. Generate a unique rally stage in one of 5 locations. I think it's Australia.
Nice. Say no more.
The US, based in Michigan.
Okay.
There's Sweden, which is classic rally location. There's Spain as well,
Nice.
and also Wales, which is where the rally in the UK is, Rally of Great Britain.
Right.
So 5 really sort of different locations. I think they've probably sat down and really selected 5 different locations that would bring something to the table, right? But the effect it has on the game itself is profound because no other rally game before, and even V-Rally 2 had a track editor, right? But it was kind of like this scale-restrict thing where you pieced it all together. And you're like, I want a curve here and I want a thing here. So you knew how it was going to go, right? And it was very rudimentary. We're talking about PlayStation 1 days. This is obviously a different story, but no rally game before has been able to give you the sensation of tackling a very unfamiliar road, and the only direction that you get is from your co-driver, right? Which is crucial in a rally, in real rally. No other game has been able to do that because traditionally you just get these sort of bespoke, handmade tracks. You play them a bunch over the course of the game, you start to get familiar with them, you start to tune out with the directions. You're like, I know where this goes, I know here, I know there. And Codemasters games have been particular offenders. And I love Codemasters rally games, but easily the biggest weakness, and it has been for quite a while, is kind of the lack of track content, stage content, right? They kind of make these large-ish stages, and then they chop them up into a few different stages, overlapping stages, and then they run them backwards, and then bam, you say, oh, we got half a dozen stages.
Right.
It's like, and that's where they were at, and that's what they could do. But now they've perfected this randomly, this sort of procedural generation of tracks. It's amazing because as a rally driver, like the old thing they always say, as a rally driver as a circuit driver you see one corner 1,000 times. As a rally driver you see 1,000 corners once. And in this game, that is absolutely the case.
Yeah. It's always new.
It's always new. What is most impressive to me is just how you think that and you're like, okay, cool. Right, we press a button and it generates a track, but it's like, it's not going to look that good. Really? It's like, but what most impresses me is that you can't see the seams. And it's not just, you can't see, it's like, oh, here comes the 90-degree left.
Right.
The Australian 90-degree left corner. It's like, no, it's nothing like that. It's also so well blended, and it's, there's subtle bends and there's fences. It all just happens, right?
Wow.
So you can't see where the track's putting itself together. It's all just this one big.
And when you say you sort of punch in a bunch of variables before it generates, can you give examples of what that?
Well, length, for instance, is the obvious one, but then it's sort of corner severity and all that stuff.
So you sort of tailor the difficulty of it, I guess.
But exactly. So you can have a very short course with very few corners,
right? Or
you can have an extremely long course up to I think it's about 8 miles.
Wow.
With lots and lots of corners, but very, very, very technical. So that'd take you easily 10 or so minutes to complete just a single stage.
Yeah, right.
But what it means is when you can even create your own custom championships which have all these custom stages, and they'll take you a long time to complete, rather than in Dirt Rally, which is a fantastic game, but it didn't have a great deal of stages, right? So you run the same ones over and over and over again. There's all kinds of things that this brings along to the table. When Codemasters puts out challenges, for instance, they put out their challenges online to all the players, and it's like, here's a stage, they've made it, they've uploaded it. everyone who competes and completes that challenge, they're all seeing it for the first time. Everyone starts on the same.
Of course.
You know, it doesn't matter whether you played the game for a week or you've been playing it for the past year. This stage is new to everyone.
Levels the playing field.
Well, yeah, it's really exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
And last of all, there's one point you might be wondering about because one of the best things about Dirt Rally was the co-driver recording, which was all done for each particular stage. It was all recorded in one chunk, right? So every stage had bespoke co-driver calls, which is one of the things that made it feel really organic. You can't do that in a stage in a game with procedural stages, right? You have to have it all spliced together, but it still feels really well blended, and it feels quite authentic, and it's Nicky Grist, who was Colin McRae's old co-driver.
Oh wow!
And he's returned to the series,
that's awesome.
Which is cool, right? So no, it's like I said at the top of the video, it's a game changer for the rally genre, and you think that's a bit of a wanky thing to say, but it really is, because it basically the content is infinite basically. And now that the tools
is infinite.
Well, more or less, right?
Yeah.
And now that the tools have been perfected, like when they started making this stuff, they're like, you know what, we got to figure out a way to get more track content in the game. When they started doing it, they were telling me that they push a button and it would take ages to generate a track. While it processed all the variables, I guess. They're like, well, that won't do. It has to be instant. So now you press the button, bam, there's a track instantly. But now they have perfected the tools. The sky's really the limit. You think we've got 5 countries. It's like, oh well, that's enough. But more would be great. It's like, well, more will come, right? Now that they've got this sort of in the shed. It's like, well, let's just choose a country and then build a whole bunch of stuff, and we can have procedural stages in that. I think the future is really bright now.
All right, awesome. And seems though it's all procedurally generated, and I haven't studied the algorithm, but presumably, statistically, you might get a loop-the-loop in one of those tracks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You got to think.
You just keep trying.
Over what? 12 quintillion combinations, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the No Man's Sky of rally games. Actually, I don't want to curse it.
No.
Luke, that sounds awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For all things Dirt 4, which may or may not have the number in the name. Haven't seen the logo yet. No, still haven't seen it. Stay right here on IGN.